Would you take a look at that, guys? The markets were green, and very green at that, earlier in the day, and they just ended up turning red as I'm filming this video. So we got a lot to break down in this video: the market, stocks, charts. But before we do, get your 10 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Each of those could be valued all the way up to $2,500. And do not forget to also get your 6 stocks from Webull. And again, all those stocks, I mention this all the time, but if you didn't know, they're linked right down below in the description box. And with that being said, let's talk about what is going on. Cheers, guys. I got some water here. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking, and let's just dive into it. So it's currently about 2 p.m. on the East Coast, and we had the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell. Well, I guess the Russell is still green, but all the indexes were green earlier in the day. You guys can see SPY hit 389 in the pre-market. Triple Q was right around 296 at the beginning of the day, and then all of a sudden now we're down. We have the Dow Jones down 0.1%, the S&P's down 0.2%, the Russell is still up about 0.5%, which is good, but we have the NASDAQ 100 down 0.25%. So let's take a look here. We had SPY, like I mentioned, hit 389 in the pre-market. Now we're at 384, so that's a drop of about 1.3% from top to bottom. And we have Triple Q, which is probably down even more, hit 296 in the beginning of the day. We have a clear triple top. Do you guys see this? Some clear triple top action going on here on the intraday on Triple Q. And now it's hovering at about $291. It is down about 1.7% from that intraday high. And if you guys been watching my videos, which if you haven't, what are you doing? Make sure to subscribe. You got to watch these videos, guys. We have been talking about, like crazy people, the 20-day 1-hour chart wedge. Have I not been talking about this wedge? Now look at where we got rejected today. Look at where we got hit, triple top on Triple Q and on SPY, and now we're dumping. I mean, this stuff, you can't make it up. It's happening, guys. Look at it. Look at this. If I extend it to the right, you can see we got hit right at the top of the wedge, like I called out, and now we're coming back to these moving averages, right? In fact, we're right at the moving averages right now on this time frame, and we also have a golden cross. So this is the moment of truth for the bulls, right? Are the bulls going to start seeing, buyers come in around these moving averages, let's say 290 on Triple Q, or are we going to fall through these moving averages, bears take over, and get us to the bottom of the wedge, which could be putting us anywhere from, let's say, 280 to about 283. Let's see what happens, guys. This is going to be critical. So I'm going to set my alert right now. Mark is at or below $290. If we fall under 290, guys, I'm telling you, there's going to be more downside, probably to the low 280s. But if we get bulls around 290 to come in, buyers come in, we start pushing mid 290s again, we break the highs from earlier today, that would obviously be phenomenal for the bulls, right? And let's see SPY real quick. Let's go back to SPY. This is also, again, getting rejected at that moving average, or not the moving average, the top of the wedge here on the 20-day chart, which I've been calling out like crazy. And we're now right by the moving averages, right around 383 to about 384. So if we do fall under, I'm going to set my alert. Mark is at or below, let's say, about 382. Let's do that now. Mark is at or below 382. If that point breaks right by the moving averages, okay, then we're probably going to start going down mid 370s, maybe low 370s, bottom of the wedge. But if we get buyers at 385, we crack back over 390, 388. All right, that's going to be good for the bulls. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit that like button. It helps your boy out in the YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate you guys as always. And if you haven't gotten your stocks yet, 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull, link down below. And feel free to join my Patreon if you want all my real-time call-outs, exclusive content, morning videos, all my buy alerts, sell alerts, everything I'm doing. That's on Patreon, linked right down below. So let's talk about now some stocks that are doing pretty well today and some that reported earnings. And first and foremost, guys, look at AMC. Unbelievable day for AMC, and I actually did call this out and I've been calling this out on YouTube, on Patreon. I think I made a post about it earlier today on Patreon. This thing's now up 7.5%, 16.50. It almost hit, and actually did hit $17, which we called out on Patreon earlier today, because 17, that was resistance back in the end of May, and I said on Patreon, look, if we get past 17, even though technically speaking, AMC's overbought on the 4-hour chart, which it is, RSI is at 70, it could still keep going. It doesn't matter. AMC is one of those stocks that defies the laws of gravity sometimes. I mean, if it cracks 17, forget the RSI, guys. It could easily go straight to 20, 21 over the span of a couple of days, maybe even in one day. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen in one day if things get very hot. And you guys have seen that happen before. You know, GameStop, GME is another one that's starting to move. Not quite as much as, let's say, AMC today, but it is showing signs of a breakout. We're moving out of the wedge here. We're in the mid 140s. I think if we break 155 on GameStop, this could go towards 200 very quickly. We got the Google stock split officially through today, guys. Google's now at $110, down 2.5%. We're at the bottom of the wedge here, or not the wedge, the uptrending channel. You know, buyers might step in around $105, $110 on Google, and if they don't, I don't give a crap, because if Google comes down to 100, under $100 a share, I'm going to be buying even more Google. And I'm still tempted right now. The day's still going. I got tempted earlier to buy a little bit more. Now I'm getting tempted even more that it's down 2.5%. Who knows? I might nibble a little bit more Google today under 110. We shall see, guys. We had Bank of America report this morning. I'm not sure if you caught it. Bank of America is currently at break even, but they did 73 cents EPS versus 78 cents, estimated revenue of $22.7 billion versus $22.78 billion. So, in other words, Bank of America double missed today, guys, on EPS and revenue, and that's been the trend here. Well, I guess a lot of these the banks have been a mixed bag. I don't want to say the trend has been a double miss, but a lot of them have double missed. But we had Citigroup crush it, and now we have Goldman Sachs. They also crushed it. So it's a mixed bag. BAC, JP Morgan, from what I remember, Wells Fargo, they double missed. But we had Citigroup crush it, and Goldman Sachs, they did 773 EPS versus 725, that beat. And they did revenue of $11.86 billion versus $10.96 billion. So they crushed it. Goldman Sachs crushed it, which again, it's been a mixed bag for these banks, right? And notice how Goldman Sachs is up 2% on the day, which is nice, but it's not quite yet breaking out of the downtrend. Same with Bank of America, same with Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. These are all rallying a little bit after earnings, even though some of them didn't do so well. But they're still not breaking out. The only one that is slowly breaking out is Citigroup, but then again, it is above the moving averages, but it's still in the overall downwards channel. So be careful with these banks, guys. I'm telling you. We also had Charles Schwab report this morning. Charles Schwab, if I could say it right. There we go. SCHW is the ticker. This one's down 1% on the day thus far today. And by the way, I don't know if you guys could tell, but my allergies are not that great today. They were horrible this morning. Oh, my God, my allergies were terrible this morning. But they're a little bit better, but they're still not. I'm still having a bit of a runny nose, so I do apologize if I sound congested, guys. I still wanted to pump this video out for you all because I can't leave the YouTube fam hanging. So, SCHW, 97 cents versus 92 cents. They beat on EPS. And they beat on revenue, 5.09 billion rather, versus 5.05 billion estimated. So not too bad, but like the banks, guys, Charles Schwab is clearly in a downtrend, and I have my alert at $65 right by that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour. If that point breaks, all right, maybe we see a bit of a rally, but we're not quite there yet. And let's say it does break 65, 70, 71, maybe 72, that high point from the beginning of June, end of May, that is where this could be going. So those are some earnings. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Charles Schwab, and I think later today, let me double check. Do we have any big ones later today? I know we do tomorrow. And the next day, of course, this whole week we have a bunch. Tesla, Snapchat, What are the other ones? Netflix. Later today, we have IBM, which, all right, it's not the most exciting company, but we're still going to cover it. We have Johnson & Johnson tomorrow, Lockheed Martin, Netflix is tomorrow. Wednesday, we have Tesla, United Airlines. Thursday, we have AT&T, American Airlines, Snapchat. And then Friday, we have, let's see here, American Express, Verizon. So earnings season is kicking off yet again, guys, and we have Chinese companies doing pretty well today. We have Goldman Sachs, or not Goldman Sachs, JD.com. This one, we're getting buyers right around these moving averages on the 4-hour time frame, and today it's up 4%, breaking out of both moving averages, gapping above them, which is good. So I think JD could see a move. I'm still sticking to it, and the chart looks like it's backing this up. I think 68, 70 bucks could be coming on JD.com. We also have Alibaba, which, funny enough, I bought more Alibaba on Friday right before the bell. This is up a little bit today, 1.3% up day for Alibaba as I'm filming this. It's currently a little bit under 104 bucks a share. If this starts making a move past the moving averages, let's say 110, 112 bucks, that's where we could start getting more upside on Baba in the short term, maybe back toward 125, 130 bucks a share. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up. We're in an interesting spot in the markets. Be careful. We were green earlier, getting selling pressure at the top of the wedge like I showed you on SPY Triple Q. Be careful at these levels, right? So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, and do not forget to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull. Those are linked down below. And if you want, join my Patreon for all my moves in the markets, exclusive content, more access to me throughout the day. All of those are, again, linked down below. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.